Welcome to United View for another video in the lead up to the big one against Arsenal on Thursday. I'm not going to bore you guys by saying it's my birthday. We know that already, yeah?
Nobody cares, man.
Nobody cares, but I don't care. Actually, I will keep saying it because if they ruin it, if Arsenal ruin this day, I will not be able to enjoy the rest of my days after that and subsequent times having a chilled time, you know what I mean, enjoying the birthday celebrations. So don't ruin it. So I am going to keep saying it actually, Josh. Anyway, I've had to bring through someone sensible from AFTV, which is quite hard to, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of candidates there, but we've got James, AFTV. You know, I needed someone sensible. Right?
Thanks for the intro, appreciate it. And happy birthday.
Yes, well, hopefully it will be a happy birthday.
Well, I mean, hopefully it won't be, but I still wish you obviously happiness and good health and all that. But I do hope they make you miserable on Thursday. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll get your predictions on that actually after the game real quick, towards the end of this. But this is a combined 11, and I did one on AFTV, and you know we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. What I would say, just disclaimer, as you guys know, form-wise, in the last 10 games, 5, whatever, because it's only been 2 games with Carrick where we've managed to stabilise. Watford wasn't too long ago. Do you know what I mean? We've been absolutely shocking. So that's why I'm not going to just base this on form. I'm going to, have the United bias in there, because if I did base it off form, I'd probably end up saying something like Ronaldo and off we go. Because form-wise, we've been shocking. The back four have been conceding goals galore. Your back four has been very good. So it's not just on form. Although technically, if we were to make it that, I'd be in big trouble, and I'm not doing that on United.
I appreciate that. I think we were saying it's more like if there was like a Champions League final and we had both squads of players at our disposal, who were we really picking? But like when Spurs picked Harry Kane, even though he was injured. Right. That's kind of where we're going with
this is why I wanted James. This is why. And he don't even like Spurs.
I really don't like Spurs.
He hates Spurs.
I know. And picking Spain, Kane, is probably the reason they lost. So
yeah, true.
Yeah,
actually.
I did enjoy that.
But yeah, it's based on that. If we were going to assemble what the best team could possibly be, what would it look like? So let's just go for it. Right, this is the This is one that I know why you can't go with my decision, but we'll get into it. Obviously, I'm going to go David De Gea. He is still fantastic. He has found himself again, and he's been a top-level keeper for a long, long time at a really high level.
Didn't he let one slip against Cancelo near post? Wasn't
let one slip, Cancelo. Yeah. And obviously, since Ramsdale's come in, after everyone saying, why is the price so high? Arsenal fans, what's going on here? But you're going to go with Ramsdale, I'm guessing?
Here's the thing. I'm trying to argue a player that no one in the fan base wanted and has played really well for 2-3 months against probably one of the best goalkeepers of the last 10 years. Yeah. So I'd be shameless to do that. But I am shameless. Yeah. So Ramsdale, I am picking. And do you know what it is? Ramsdale's... we're starting to irritate rival fans because he's actually making saves and fans don't seem to like that.
Bro, can I just say quickly, he irritates the hell out of me. When I take my football hat off, when I put my football hat on, I'm like, if that was on my team, you need that. Yeah. As a rival fan, a high five after every little thing you do. He's really milking it. But I can see why, and it's making you look good.
Transmits energy, man.
It does, but it annoys me.
Yeah. The thing is it's his distribution. It's his distribution.
Where did that come from?
Well, I don't know. I mean, someone made a really good point that all we ever saw him do was go long for Sheffield United. Yeah, true. But someone went, well, maybe that's the point. Is that he is good at hitting areas from distance, and we've been able to go from one end of the pitch to the other very quickly because of him. So I'm going to go for him just on the distribution side of things. I like that in my goalkeeper. Yeah. But I'm with you. Even when De Gea was sort of on the down for a couple of years, he's still a world-class goalkeeper, and at one point was neck and neck with Neuer for it. But I'm going to stick with my guy.
Yeah, I fully expect you to, and that's what this is about. We're going to disagree on a lot, and here on United View, I get it. You guys are going to back a lot of United players as well. But one thing you know about me, I'm going to be fair. Yeah. Ramsdale's been brilliant. Yeah, he's been a revelation. My eyebrows are raised, as a price tag. Yeah. Why? Couldn't believe it. And he's proved a lot of people wrong. And although that does annoy me when he's just high-fiving, he's really...
turning to the crowd.
Yeah, but it doesn't really annoy me. It's just something that I go, I'll piss off Ramsdale.
It's the reasons we don't like Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's
exactly. But when they're on your team doing that...
It's the percentages that give your team a little bit extra. 100%. And Ramsdale's got that about him.
Yeah, so, okay, politely we're going to disagree on that.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Even to put it to the comments, we've been shipping goals like no one's business, but for me, David De Gea has saved our arse. Some of the wins we have, like we probably wouldn't have got out of the Champions League group if we won David De Gea.
Yeah.
I know it's because of Ronaldo as well, but some of the saves that David De Gea has been making in the league as well, against West Ham, 2 penalty saves against Watford. I'm not saying it stopped us losing, but he's just been really, really good this season. So for me, I've got to put him in, but.
Yeah, it's a tight one. I won't get agitated by this one.
Yeah.
But,
let me know what you guys think in the comments as well. Tomiyasu or Wan-Bissaka? Say what you feel, James. What's the first thing that comes to your head when I ask you?
I promise I'm not coming on your channel and just doing this whole Mr. Hindsight thing.
Yeah.
When you signed Wan-Bissaka for 50 million, I thought Palace are going to do a lot of defending. So, of course, it suits his skill set. They're wingers who could cross. I was looking at United and I was thinking, is he a fit? And is it fair to say that over the last 2 years he's proved not really a fit? He's proved a very good one-on-one defender. We know that.
One-on-one being the key.
One-on-one being the key, because positioning sometimes gets a bit... I'm going to go Tomiyasu again, only because it's only been a couple months. And Tomiyasu might be one of these players. And Mustafi started really well, and we know how that went.
We do.
Even Kolasinac started well. So, guys, I know what Arsenal have done over the years. I know.
Kim Kelsham started well.
Kim ended well. May I say, ended. He played like an hour here or there, but won an FA Cup. Yeah. Tomiyasu has this beautiful two-footed nature about him. Wins his headers, and I think in terms of which player does their job, I think Tomiyasu does it more now. He's not Kyle Walker or Cancelo bombing down the wing, getting to the box. I think Wan-Bissaka is. They're very comparable in terms of fullbacks. But I think Tomiyasu's got a little bit more, dare I say, culture on the ball. Yeah. Maybe I'm being harsh. But I do like Wan-Bissaka, but I think he's a bit more limited, personally.
Maybe this is the point where, some of the viewers say, Flex, how are you going to let James say that? How are you going to agree with a lot of what he said? It's United. There's 2 types of fans, isn't there? There's the fan that, like KG, there's 3 types of fans, actually. There's the people who just back your team no matter what. There's sensible fans who, will just look at it and then there's a KG. He's his own thing.
Yeah.
But people know my views here on United View about Wan-Bissaka. I'm very critical.
Okay.
Very, very critical. And to be fair, with what you just said is how I would sum up Wan-Bissaka. Very, very good in one-on-one situations. Yes, there's been little periods where he's done okay and got some assists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But positionally, defensively, not good enough right now anyway. Yeah. And on the ball, just leaves a lot to be desired for. My only thing where that could lead me more towards Wan-Bissaka is just the longevity of being in this league.
Yeah.
And Tomiyasu has been here a couple of months. It could all come crumbling down.
Yeah.
You never know. But as it stands, it hasn't. And he's been steady.
I also think what happened to Tomiyasu at Anfield against Mane, I know we've seen Wan-Bissaka have dodgy moments, but I don't think even a player of Mane's quality has that one-on-one beating of Wan-Bissaka that easily.
That's the only thing in one-on-one situations.
There is that, but I'm going to stick with my guy because I know that as we move up the pitch, I'm going to be losing a few. So anyone watching this thinking this guy's going to pick,
I feel okay. There's still something in me that just feels a bit. Am I really saying Tomiyasu's better than Wan-Bissaka?
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I think
for this game, I think it's either or. I actually do. I don't think there's a lot in it. And that's me being honest. That's not me being biased. It's not me just, being up the Arsenal arse and saying, the Arsenal arse, bro. Yeah. It's not me about the Arsenal backside just going with Tomiyasu because I've got an agenda against Wan-Bissaka because I don't feel that. You guys know I've been quite balanced with Wan-Bissaka. You know the bits I like about him. You know the bits I don't like about him. But I just feel right now with how they're both playing as well.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka ain't been great. So we'll put it to you guys.
Yeah, we'll put it to you guys.
Centre-backs. Let's just kind of do it in the go. I'm just saying Varane has to be in there. Maguire's not been good. And I look at Ben White and Gabriel forming a great partnership, not conceding many goals.
Yeah.
The Liverpool thing was a bit of a one-off. Apart from that, they've been really, really solid. And there's an argument that, I'm surprised as an Arsenal fan, you could say, listen, we've got one of the best defences in the league. I should have the whole back four.
Yeah.
You could be saying that.
I won't be. I'd love to be.
Yeah. Varane, I'm bringing to the table. Are we agreeing on that?
100%.
Champions League Varane.
100%.
And I feel like it is a bit naughty though, because it's not of what he's doing now. He's currently injured.
It's Real Madrid's Varane.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not really off of what he's done for United, because he's had 2 injuries since he's been here. One short-term one, and then now this one, which is a bit longer term. So I do feel a little bit like I'm basing it off of stuff he hasn't done for us, but he's too good of a pedigree of defender to, no disrespect, for someone like Ben White just come from Brighton, for someone like Gabriel coming, someone like Lindelof, Bailly, Maguire, you know what I mean? Not one with any, you know what I mean? These types of players. Varane's got to be in there.
I agree. Varane's in there. The funny thing about all this, we were having this long debate about right backs. Really, probably Ben White starts ahead of both of them at right back. You could probably just chuck Ben White at right back because he's played there before. But Varane, and I'm putting Gabriel with him. My word on your centre backs quickly is I think Maguire is one of those who, when in form, and I think this proves that he's not quite at that level, because you have to say when in form, he could be very good. He could be very dominating, commanding centre back, as we saw for England. But I just don't see it as much with him. I really like Eric Bailly. I think if he kept fit, him and Varane are your centre backs. 100%. But he's, again, injuries, inconsistency. He has the old clumsy moment in him. Lindelof, I think Lindelof gets a really hard rep from United fans. The amount of balls he pings over the top to Rashford, and he's actually, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is. Is it? I don't know. He gets this. I don't know what it. Maybe he didn't cost what Maguire cost, but for some reason he's kind of. Well, no, he has a good point. I don't think Ronaldo. Yeah. I don't think Ronaldo when he left cost Maguire, but I think this is. I think Lindelof gets a hard reputation from United fans. But I go with Gabriel because my moment of Ty-esque delusion is going to come out here. Love you, Ty, by the way. I think Gabriel is performing as one of the best centre-backs in the league right now. Because when he's not standing out, it's because he's making it look easy. Defenders are trying to do the old Arsenal thing, let's rough him up, let's make it, and he rises to it. Ben White as well. But Gabriel, he is no mug, and his one-on-one duels with Salah, despite conceding 4 goals, he did his individual bits very, very well. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from him, and he scores goals as well. I honestly think he's going under the radar, but he could slot into the Liverpool back four, the Chelsea, the City back four, and they wouldn't be any worse. I really, really believe that.
100% agree with you. I agree with you. I like what he's done. He's performing at a consistent level. And to be fair, even along with Ben White's probably a bit unlucky not to get into this as a centre back. Maybe the Tommy, maybe that. But I look at Gabriel though as the better of those two, the more one. And like you said, when you don't see him, he's going under the radar, but it's because he's doing all his basics right.
He's just getting there ahead of it. He's dealing with it before it's a problem.
Exactly. And that's what Varane's very good at doing as well. So those players don't always stand out, but when you watch the game, and I know you watch the game quite meticulously, like that, you notice those things. I'm happy with that. And I think actually if we were building a team for a final, like you said before we started recording, it's if we had a final tomorrow, what combination of players would we go? If you're telling me we got Gabriel and Varane,
it's pretty good, isn't it?
I'm pretty happy with that.
It's quick as well.
I'm pretty happy with exactly. Two quick players can defend in one-on-one situations.
That's it.
So, all right, do you guys agree with that? We're going to speed it up a little bit. Now, left back. I feel there's only a few positions that are going to take a lot of deliberating. I feel like left back is going to be one of them. Luke Shaw's been horrendous this year. But I'm still saying he's a top player.
Sure.
It, for me, was the best left back in the league last year. Took that form into the Euros. Was really, really good. But obviously this season, he's not been good. You got Tavares and Tierney battling it out. Are you trying to put, who are you putting in this one?
It's a nice battle. I think Tierney's the most reliable of the three, in that I think he's the most defensively very sound, positioning.
It's just not injuries. Between him and Shaw, I don't know who's more valuable.
Injuries is an issue. I also think there's something, and this is a stylistic thing with Tierney, he's a little wooden at times. You know when he drops the shoulder and runs, you know for 10 minutes he's going to do it. But he always pulls it off. Tavares, there's this beautiful kind of raw nature about him, like he's a kid on the street, and I love that. Maybe I'm doing a disservice to our players, but I want to go for Luke Shaw. I know he's having a horrendous season, but I've always quite liked him. And I think he's got this lovely balance between out and in. I think he defends his one-on-ones better than maybe he's given credit for. I know he's been horrendous this season. I don't know, God, maybe I'm being...
I will say this,
maybe
James.
I'm being nice.
James,
maybe I'm being really nice.
I will say this, James. When your AFTV mates see this, they will come for you for that.
Yeah, I know.
I done one with Robbie and it was not this.
Yeah,
but listen, I like what you're saying. Not just because you make it, because I'm just saying Luke Shaw overall is probably a better player.
I don't know if I mean this.
Maybe not than Tierney's like that's a good. Tavares, like he's just been here. He's just a breath of fresh air right now. It's been 10 games, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He's done good. But I'm not having that. He's better than Luke Shaw though.
And I'll agree. So we'll park the Tavares thing, and then it comes to Tierney. Do you know what?
He's going to reverse it.
I think I might be reversing it.
I've told him that his AFTV mates are going to see it.
Yeah, you told me that. I want to keep my job.
They go, James, what do you mean you've gone on there and said that? Oof. James, don't be swayed. Say what you feel. If you don't think Tierney is better than Luke Shaw, then say it.
It's the injuries for me.
Yeah.
It is the injuries for me.
Okay, so it's a reliability thing.
If Tierney were fit, and you could say this about Shaw, if Tierney were regularly fit, and you could depend on him, I'd say no doubt he's the second best left back in the league behind Robertson, or you could say Cancelo, but he's right-footed, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's the reliability and consistency, and there are times where Tierney doesn't look quite at it.
I'll be honest with you though, to even help your argument, we've only really got that reliability out of Shaw last season.
That's the other thing I was thinking.
In terms of injuries,
then it was like 4 or 5 years before where...
It's like this.
Okay. Do you know,
Refer it to the comments.
I'll leave it to the comments.
Refer it to the comments.
I'm genuinely torn on that one.
I would, if there was an overwhelming thing for Tierney, I could fall back, but I'm going to put Shaw.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Shaw. I think what he showed last year was fantastic. And this year, I
just don't want to say it.
You just don't want to say it. All right, cool. But we'll put it to the comments. Let's go into midfield now.
Yeah.
Jesus. Look, I'm just going to say this for free. I'm just going to put a 3 of what I think it should be.
Okay, we're going for like a midfield 3 and a front 3. Okay, yeah.
And then maybe we go from there.
Cool.
Just to quicken up a bit. I think if we were building a team that looks like the best team, I think you go Partey, Pogba, Bruno. But I'm aware Pogba's been shite this year.
Do you know what's crazy? I'd love to chuck Van der Beek in there. I know he doesn't play.
Well, exactly.
I honestly
to be
think
fair,
he'd be good enough to
100%.
Yeah, what a balanced midfield that would be.
There you go. You could even,
Van der Beek,
do you know what I mean? Pogba, Van der Beek, Partey, Bruno, maybe go somewhere else. I don't know, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Midfield, but we haven't been playing good enough for me to put any of them in. Our midfield's been horrendous. Yeah. Including Bruno.
But again, we're looking at
it, exactly. So
here's my thing on Bruno. I'll start with the negative before I praise one of your other players. But it's going to sound crazy.
Yeah.
Your viewers are going to hate me.
You don't like him.
I don't get the Bruno thing.
Yeah.
Now, I know the numbers, and the numbers make me look stupid.
Yeah.
Because I look at the assists, the goals, and he's a big moments player.
Yeah.
But there's something about him. I don't know if he, like, you know these Bruno De Bruyne debates? Yeah. I find them insulting to De Bruyne. You know, I think Bruno is... I think De Bruyne is another level, and Bruno, I find him can be wasteful. I don't know if he's as... Can he control a game? Maybe he can, but I don't know if I see that.
He can't. That's not what he does.
Yeah.
He's never done it.
He's more of a second forward, isn't he?
Exactly. That's the problem about including him in midfield. I agree with
I'm going to go for Partey and Pogba.
Yeah.
Because I think Pogba's world class, and again, another player who is really unfairly criticised. I love Paul Pogba. Mm-hmm. All this stuff about work rate and all that, I think it's just bad coaching. Mm-hmm. I love Paul Pogba. Partey, and then I'm going to go slightly more withdrawn role, Smith Rowe.
I thought you'd say that, because
I like his drive. I think he's a bit more pass and move. I think he's a bit more. Don't get me wrong, his numbers aren't what Bruno's are.
My thing is, I like
Smith Rowe.
I think the way it's all about the way a player plays the game. I think when you like certain aspects of your football, the way a player moves. They make simple. The simplicity is the beauty. The simplicity is the genius.
Yeah.
Whereas Bruno is thriving. My thing with Bruno is this: if he was given less license to go off and do crazy stuff, I think we can see a different Bruno.
If he was
but he affects the game. The uncomfortable thing about when leaving Bruno out of stuff is this: Because I get what you're saying. I have that frustration about giving the ball away. A lot of Man United fans would probably agree with some of what you said. Yeah. The problem is when you influence the game as often as he does,
that's the thing.
It's very difficult to argue. Like since he's come, I know he's going for a rough period now for the first time in his Man United career. 18 months, he's shone over any attacking midfielder. Yeah. And I know it's not all about numbers. The eye test is a massive part of it. Yeah. He just impacts the game so much. So if you're talking about like a cup final, he's going to play that ball. He's going to find that little bit of space. First time ball around the corner, someone's in. Yeah, Bruno's your guy. If you've got two work rate guys, because what he's done at Man United, it's easy to lose track of it as us as United fans. I'm not talking about Arsenal fans now because I get it. We can forget the impact he's had. I just think it's bad coaching.
I think so too, and I think it's a style thing for me.
Yeah. But I can't do a combined 11 and Bruno don't get in there.
That's fair enough.
I can't.
And I'm sure the comments, there's no point putting out to the comments. I know what they'll say. Yeah. And this is Smith Rowe's Raw as well.
Yeah, but Smith Rowe, though, does deserve a spot in this team. And I would probably entertain the argument on the left. But then I'm saying, but you can't tell me that Rashford's not better than Smith Rowe.
So this is...
So we're going to get there.
This is why I brought Smith Rowe to midfield.
Yeah, because you're all right.
So I know that left-hand side is difficult.
I'll tell you what. This is where it's difficult. I'm going Pogba, Partey, Bruno.
Yep.
You're going Pogba, Partey, Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe the 10.
So that's the vote. Yeah. Now let's get.
I know I'm losing this vote.
Yeah, no, but this is what it's about because we can't always agree. You can't always agree. That's why these things are brilliant. Unless when you're playing against, when you're doing combined 11s with Chelsea and Liverpool, it's very difficult for us to get involved in that conversation.
It's just I don't bother. It's an empty chair.
100%. It's just let them do it by themselves.
I will say when on form. And we saw a glimpse of it last season. Odegaard's in the discussion, but we're a long way from seeing him at his best.
Yeah, it's been
a while. Great. It's been a really long time.
Right. Okay. Front three.
Like Cristiano, what do we think of him? Is he?
I mean, depend. Again,
he gets in.
Certain Arsenal fans might try. It's not even a conversation between Aubameyang and Ronaldo. Not in.
No, of course it's not, and it's not even a conversation if Aubameyang was on form.
Exactly.
And then Aubameyang's very much not on form.
Exactly.
Where I was also what's the phrase?
Torn between.
To throwing? What's the
undecided?
Basically between who plays as my number 10. I was thinking. Well, maybe Lacazette and Ronaldo up front. Maybe 4-4-2, but no, it doesn't. Lacazette's this guy, he'll turn up for sort of 5 games, and then it's Ronaldo for me. It's Saka on the right. And then from Rashford, Sancho, but I'll go Rashford. I think Rashford is, again, one of these players that can be criminally underrated. Mm-hmm. He's so good at his one-on-ones. He takes people on, he causes chaos, he gets in beyond. He's a proper inside forward. You know what Mane does for Liverpool? Yeah. I think Rashford could slot into that role and do that. And I knew I wasn't getting Smith Rowe on the left, so I brought him to midfield.
Yeah, because you brought him in. Yeah, so basically Smith Rowe's in your team somewhere, and it's where I want to put Smith Rowe in because I would just... At this moment, he's playing really good football. Yeah. He's playing really good football, and I like what he's doing. Saka I like what he's doing as well. Yeah. Really, really good player. But it just hits different when you're starting to put these guys in instead of your guys. That's the hard thing about a combined 11 because you've got your. I just feel so uncomfortable saying, Rashford sit out, so Smith Rowe's going to play. Yeah. And Sancho now, mate, Saka's there. Yeah. That doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right. But on form, which I know we haven't done a lot of this on because like I said, I'll just go home. I'll just put Ronaldo and walk off. But
I'd be hosting the United
Exactly. You literally be hosting United View without me. Smith Rowe is not better. I'm going to be honest. Now, this is me being honest. Smith Rowe is not better than Rashford, in my opinion. But he's playing better than him now. And the fact that I was so adamant on the Bruno thing, I do think it's fair for Smith Rowe to get into the squad. He's been so good this season. Yeah. So that's me maybe being too soft. Maybe the comments are going to go, Flex, no way. This is because you get some fans that are like, this is Arsenal, they're banter FC. Just don't give. I just feel, what's the point in me coming on here just doing that, saying you're just banter FC? Because you're not. Look at us. Do you know what I mean? You can stay with us.
You might beat us comfortably on Thursday night.
Yes.
We have the ability to have that happen at Old Trafford. But we are also 5 points ahead.
Exactly.
This idea that no Arsenal fans are getting in. We need to maybe start readdressing how we look at some of these Arsenal players.
100%.
A lot of them, people look to our window and go, well, what was that? But a lot of them are coming out with.
And I'll tell you, mate, them 5 signings. When have I seen a manager make 5 signings and all them 5 signings are hitting it off? Do you know what I mean?
6.
So these guys know me. I'd rather people say, Flex, how are you going to let them, than just not look at it. Because if you were sitting there doing this with KG, you wouldn't get one player.
Yeah, I bet.
No, I'm telling you, you wouldn't get one player. Like, because you know what he's like. You've seen him. So
over Saka?
You put Sancho ahead of Saka. KG would.
South, I don't even rate Southgate, and he's picking Saka over Sancho.
I know. So now, Saka is ahead of Sancho. I don't think you can argue that, although I did on FTV.
Yeah.
But also the reason why it makes me uncomfortable is because Sancho is starting to build, and the impact he's going to have on this game, I think is going to be massive. I think he's going to have a really good game. Yeah. So again, I feel uncomfortable putting Saka there. Rashford, I'm gonna. I don't want to. I'll be honest, James.
Yeah.
I don't want to put Saka and Smith Rowe. It's too painful. So you're going to go with those two.
If it helps you sleep at night.
It will.
Whatever.
Because really, I know deep down on form, it is Smith Rowe and Saka doing their thing more so in the last however many games than Sancho and Rashford. But Sancho's starting to come. I'm going to go Smith Rowe, Ronaldo, Sancho. Just because I'm on the Sancho train right now. I'm sorry. I am.
Only, it's your birthday. You get a free hit.
Yeah, exactly. It's my birthday. I feel like Sancho's on his way up. For the purposes of the tape, as they say, on 24 hours of police custody, I feel like it just hurts to not get Sancho in there. I know it's not on form because he wouldn't be in there, but I'm sorry. And you're going, obviously, rightly so, really, Smith Rowe, Ronaldo, Saka. Which is
no, Rashford on the left.
So you're doing it the other way around. You're not putting Saka and you're putting.
No, I'm keeping Saka. I'm keeping Saka on the right, Rashford on the left, and Smith Rowe midfield.
Oh, because your thing was the midfield.
I've just looked at it a bit. Yeah. And then this question about Ronaldo, though.
Yeah.
Is our team designed to press? Because otherwise, there's a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of nonsense, to be honest. Honestly, this thing, Ronaldo don't press. So what, mate? He's the greatest scorer there's ever been, along with Messi. So what?
When someone scores at his rate, you figure it out, don't you?
You figure it out.
It's almost like pressing's really been a thing for like 4 or 5 years, and now it's all this. Well, how can a football team exist if you don't press?
It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Pep Guardiola wanted Cristiano Ronaldo. If he would have went there, would Ronaldo have been running around pressing? No. Would City have been worse off and not good anymore? No. Because Pep would have found a way to facilitate that.
You think, yeah?
Okay, so to finish off, this is the team. It's a bit undecided, so some of it's gone to you guys. We've got David De Gea in goal / Ramsdale.
Yeah.
We've got Tomiyasu / Wan-Bissaka because it was a bit undecided. Yeah. The thing we did agree on was Gabriel and Varane, which was good. You actually did go with Shaw, but
we did.
It was a bit like I went with Shaw, but it was a majority Shaw. But you know,
it was a majority. If this went to the House of Parliament,
the petition has been. All right, cool. Midfield, this is where we did disagree. I went with Pogba, Partey, and Bruno. You went with Pogba, Partey, and Smith Rowe.
That's right. Yeah.
So let us know which trio you agree with, if any. You might want to say Van der Beek instead of Pogba because you've had it with Pogba. I don't know.
Love Van der Beek.
Yeah, brilliant. And I went with a front three of Smith Rowe, Ronaldo and Sancho, and you went with Rashford, Ronaldo, and Saka. So let us know what you guys are saying about that. And before you go, James, come on then. You've done a combined 11 for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
The game. What's your prediction?
I'm going to go with a 1-1. It's a slightly optimistic 1-1 because I think we are more on the side of defeat than we are on the side of victory here. Full house, Old Trafford. Been a long time since we've come and felt the full force of Old Trafford. It's a couple 1-1s, and then we beat you last season 1-0. I just think Ralph Rangnick's in the building. You've got the players. That's a big thing. We break it down to home crowds and managers. Your players are phenomenal, and you've got moments players. And I think that would be a big thing because Arsenal are one of those teams you have to beat with moments. So I'm going to go 1-1. But I think we also suit playing teams that come at us. So this might just even out nicely.
Okay. Yeah. James gone with a 1-1. I'm going with a 2-1, which I've stuck to. Big up for coming on, bro.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you. It's been a pleasure. We've got to do the overview as well, or some other stuff. Throughout the season, I'm sure we'll see you again here on United View. Guys, smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And remember to let us know what you guys think about the Combined 11 in the comments. Was I way too lenient? Was I deluded? Is James deluded? Probably. Is he lenient? Or did we both get it pretty much bang on? The beauty of Combined 11s is nobody really agrees unanimously, apart from if you did Norwich against City, Combined 11s. Then everyone would know what it was. But do you know what I mean? No disrespect, Norwich fans. But anyway, guys, we are out of it. Roll on the game, man. Can't wait. Peace.